Amazing. Well, it's so wonderful to have you all gathered here today for CryptoKnights Las Vegas Flash Round of Pitches. For those of you who don't know, CryptoKnights aired on Amazon Prime Video. And it's the first of its kind with a show that brings the finest projects in crypto, solving real problems, and explaining it in a way that the general public can understand, and allowing them to invest as well in these projects. So, extremely interesting, and I'm so honored and proud to introduce our amazing knights. We have, starting from the right, Ali, who runs Blockchain Founders Fund, also known as BFF, because like your BFF, they're there with you from start to finish. We have Nikita Sashdev, that is actually a founder of one of the largest crypto PR and marketing agencies in the crypto space. Woo-hoo. We have Brock Pierce, who needs no introduction. He started his career early in Mighty Ducks, one of my favorite childhood movies, and took his stardom into his professional career and is one of the founders behind Tether, which is arguably one of the world's largest stable coins. So amazing. And then we have Kyle Chasse, who is actually the creator of the first Bitcoin lottery. Started very early in the space back in 2013. Has a fund and has been the visionary behind multiple crypto projects, and runs the world's second largest launchpad for some of the best crypto projects in the space. So with that said,
Master Ventures,
MV Global, Paid, Ignition, Commonwealth, to name a few. With that, we are gonna start by introducing the winner of the first season. And with that, let me
again, how many of you have watched the show? Spoiler alert.
Mike Miglio. His project is called DN. He was actually one of the first crypto attorneys in the space, and his company is a decentralized insurance protocol or company. So with that, let me welcome Mike Miglio. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you so much, Jess. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm Mike Miglio. I'm the founder of DN.fi. It is a decentralized insurance marketplace. It is infinitely scalable, very profitable, and transparent. And if anybody wanted to invest, you could still do that at DNA.fund, his website. There is the last private round available at the moment. And I guess I'll talk a little bit about the show. Like, being on a show for Amazon was a crazy experience. And since the show came out, as a founder, it opened up a lot of doors. In this market right now, even though Bitcoin is doing well, it is still really hard to be a founder, to raise money, to get attention. A lot of doors are closed for most people, and winning the show has opened up all of them, I feel like. All the exchanges are receptive, the launchpads are receptive, the VCs are receptive, and so it's been a game changer winning the show, and a big thanks to the Knights for always being there and supporting and making all the introductions. It's a tough market out there. And without further ado, it is an honor to introduce Jay. He is the founder of Belong, and actually I am one of the earliest investors in this particular project, so it's cool to introduce them. Belong is a on-chain affiliate network that incentivizes people to bring real customers to venues and events. So Jay, please come on stage.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Welcome,
Hello,
welcome.
Nice. Hello, everyone. My name is Jay, and after living in more than 95 countries around the world, I became the go-to person for everybody to DM and ask me, hey, what is the best place to go out in Bangkok? Or, hey, what are some places in Dubai that I can't miss? And while, my DM's getting flooded, I'm seeing the same problem over and over again in all of the countries where I go to. Street promoters waiting for people to invite them to get a free drink at a venue, hoping to get rewarded. Venues sinking a lot of money to promote and get physical people coming into their doors without clear understanding of the ROIs. And having built an enterprise software company to presence in 75 countries and being a CTO of a big finance company, growing it to 4,500 people, I knew that I could solve my DM problem through the use of technology. So that's how we launched Belong, which initially was something else. It was a platform for nomads and Burning Man camps to find like-minded individuals and events. to go to around the world. So we did that. Then NFTs came about, and with that boom, we're token gating for helping apes meet other apes offline. And when bear market came, we had to be pragmatic and actually make revenue to become sustainable. So we did token gating for large brands like Google. We did ticketing for big music festivals. But one problem became clear is that venues are actually overpaying and getting undelivered on actual leads that they will convert into loyal customers. So we decided, hey, it's a great opportunity for us to allow venues to only pay for people who are actually coming into their door, promoters to not get screwed over because they can transparently and quantifiably see how much value they brought to a particular venue, and for people that tell their friends where to go to actually get rewarded for bringing those customers to the venues. So that's how we launched the first on-chain affiliated reward network for venues and nightlife. Belong Tap to Earn. With over $50 billion in the industry of location-based entertainment, loyalty and rewards, there is still not a clear solution that will create that circular economy for people to get rewards for bringing friends to venues, then spending those rewards at other venues. Markets remain fragmented. Whatever you make in one reward program gets stuck within it without you being able to travel and explore like you would organically do with any of the airline miles alliances or competitors. So with over 50,000 users on our existing platform, big by Starknet, Sui, Scale Foundations, we essentially have the tech stack and the team who's worked together for over 10 years on projects to bring this to reality.
All right, well, I'm going to interrupt because we're short on time. This is a pop-up. I'm just going to cut right to the chase. What's the ask or offer?
Well, we have a tail end of our private round remaining before we launch our token within the next 2 months. We have, an existing customer base that are going to be our pilot customers for Tap to Earn.
Ask and offer.
Asking for $200K at $11.25 million valuation with 15% unlocked at TG.
So this is an equity and token deal where roughly this team here, if we invest, we're getting about a little less than 2% of both equity and token.
This is the token offer.
Token offer only. Who owns the equity?
So we have about 30 angels who participated in the equity round previously.
And so what happens? What happens if the token goes to zero? Does the equity win?
No, so we actually created a system where the cash flows from the equity company, which is, by the way, profitable operationally, is going into token buybacks, and then also brings that missing piece of the offering to our enterprise customers.
What percent? What percent of the revenue flows back into the token?
So half of the equity, half of the revenue of the equity company goes back into the token.
That's top line revenue or that's profit?
Profit.
So, first thing I would say is I didn't say I'm out, but I've been through. Remember, the new ICO is called an IPO, and we've seen before when equity wins and tokens fail, and so it's a concern for anyone that is sophisticated in this space that buyer beware. We don't want to be non-dilutive capital that makes equity rich. For me to stay in, I'd have to know that deal can be modified.
We can talk about that for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's a huge problem with this type of model, right? So basically you're asking for investors to invest in one instrument, but you have interest in both instruments, right? So equity and token, but you're asking for investors to invest in one of them. So there's a clear misalignment of interest between the founders or the team or you and the investors. And I think this is a huge problem in the industry. I think this is actually the type of thing that we need to weed out in this industry, and we will never invest in a company where there's a misaligned interest between the two, and so for that reason I'm out.
So you said we'll talk about it. This is the moment, this is the time to realign, which is, and for anybody that's in this business, this is a problem we've seen that does need to be weeded out. There has to be alignment of interest where everyone wins together. And it can't be the first guys in that got in early where everybody else is exit liquidity. So I'll ask you one last time. Are you ready to do a deal where the equity and the token holders win together, or restructure the deal, your deal, where only the token holders win? Because the equity is only there to be a safety net and a guardrail as a corporate structure in a world that we live in that requires corporate structures, and all value accrues to token holders, or one where we all win equally together.
Yeah, I think just to elaborate on the point, just real quick, it's not just this investment term right now.
And you have a real business.
It's literally the fact that we need all value to align in perpetuity, not just for investors, but we need to know that whenever revenue comes in, whatever you're marketing, whether it's me talking to my audience or anyone in the retail who wants to buy a token, the success of you and your team should fall wholly on one entity that should be aligned. And so that it extends just beyond this deal. But for me to be in, I would want to see that we have a clear source of value accrual and distribution.
Sure, I think we can combine the equity and the token deal so that there's perfect alignment between the two. That being said, our equity company is covering all of its expenses, which de-risks the investment thesis of the token as well, since you always know that we'll have the lights on and we have the team working on it and building products and serving customers.
Profits. I used to work for Disney. There are no profits.
RWA Inc. is the first real-world asset tokenization and investment ecosystem fully deployed on Base blockchain. We have, over the last 4 years, built the largest ecosystem actually in the world and onboarded more than 260 partners, all integrated into our solution. We are trading with our token on KuCoin, MEXC, Gate, and Aerodrome Uniswap. And we are looking now to list on all the top tier 1 exchanges, why we are here today. We have performed really well on our launch and had one of the most, I think, successful launches in this year with 14x. We kept and had a 10x, and then our investors took profit. But now we're here to really bring more traction and more capital to our ecosystem. We have built an investor platform that's probably going to be the most advanced platform in the world. We are using AI to amplify the platform and have very, very unique features that we're going to launch soon. The platform is being deployed in approximately 4 weeks.
Can you tell us what you do, please? What's the product?
Yeah, the product is actually that we are advising and helping other tokens. We had a very successful launch ourselves. That's why we're now helping other clients also to launch their tokens. So we do advisories. Huh?
Do you have any assets that you're tokenizing?
Yeah, so right now we are focusing on helping the founders with their utility tokens. We also getting security.
So I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
Are you an RWA platform, or are you like an advisory launchpad?
We are actually a hybrid between it. So we have our own token trading, and we are tokenizing now all the asset classes, from commodities to equity to real estate. But we are waiting for the licenses. We got the license in Dubai now, but we're waiting for the other ones. So in a few months, we'll be fully ready.
So what you're saying is that you have plans and you've been building an RWA platform, but you're waiting on regulatory approval, and in the interim, you're paying your bills by advising.
That's a great way to put it, actually, and we are very successful in our onboarding of clients. We close almost a
260 partners. How many major exchanges? What exchanges are you on, and what do those partners do?
Yeah, so as I explained, KuCoin, Gate, and MEXC.
Yep.
Talking with Revolut, talking with Binance, talking with
And
Coinbase.
the other 257?
Sorry?
And the other 257 partners?
You said you have the largest, you quote, largest ecosystem in the world.
That's what we think within real-world asset tokenization on Base, yes.
That's what you think.
Do you know
It's up there in terms of pretty big numbers. RWAs is everything.
Sorry, I was confused. He said we have the largest ecosystem in the world. That was a blank statement.
On Base chain, yeah.
Okay.
On Base chain. So yeah, we built a treasury of approximately 5 million. So we have liquidity for quite some time, but now looking to find strong investors like you to help us.
And so
out.
tokens live, tokens trading. What's your market cap and what's your trading volume?
Yeah, so right now the trading volumes are low. We are trading around 500 to 600,000 a day. FTV is 12 million right now. It was over 100 million, but as I said, we made our investors money, and they took profit at 14x.
And so is the
10x.
offer to us to be able to buy the token live, or do you have a treasury that you're looking to sell us a part of?
We are happy to take any deal with this amazing team of investors. We want to work closely together with you to make a deal where we
Got
can
it.
go
You got a
out
$12 million market
and
cap.
list on the top tier one exchange.
So what amount of tokens does the treasury have?
So we sold 26.3% in our TGE. We have around 50% of the tokens left, and now offering, of course, a substantial good deal for our new investors.
Okay, so you have somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 50% or so of the tokens that are available to us here.
But
You-
we have a very unique tokenomics and a very unique business model, actually, where we, of course, take 10% in fundraiser fee.
Okay, whoa. Okay, I'm gonna
Advisory.
stop you here, right?
Yeah.
Like, you came in, we're talking about some tokenomics. We don't really even know what the actual business is. We don't know how you're growing this to $1 billion company. Like, this to me just seems like a token for the sake of a token. I mean, I would, like, we recommend our founders when they come in to like have an 11:30 and 90-second pitch. Like, you got to know what you're building, why you're building it, why you're going to be the best in the world, the problem you're solving, the solution. Like, we got none of that here. I don't want to hear anymore. I'm out.
Fair enough.
Mantra collapsed and I'm out. I'm not into RWA after that until I see some actual tangible assets that you can tokenize.
Yeah, for me, I just wish you came in and told us what your actual product was. If you would have said that, hey, we're getting licenses, we have this great thing with partners, and in order for us to not run through our runway, we're doing this thing that's like keeping the lights on. That's cool, but that's like shouldn't have been the center of the pitch.
Okay, thank you.
So
that
for now, I'm
feedback.
out.
Okay,
I guess that's a wrap.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Cut. It's called This is Rapid Fire. We ran out of time. I would have asked a few more questions. I love babies that have been thrown out with the bathwater as the market's coming back. You know, and I like projects kind of in that place. I just need a lot more time to ask the questions. I never said I was out. I said cut.
Okay. All right, here we go. Roll cameras. Sun's rolling? All right, here we go. This is project number 3, CryptoKnights.
Action.
All right, well, that was a dud, unfortunately. But that said, we have our third contestant. I'm so pleased to introduce to our knights Armon with Keck AI. That essentially is like a smart assistant or a co-pilot for crypto traders. So, Armon.
Hello everyone, my name is Armand and I'm here to introduce Keck AI. Crypto trading is fragmented. In today's crypto markets, traders of all stripes, from novices to seasoned pros, face an avalanche of data, fragmented tools, and relentless volatility. Too often, opportunities slip through the cracks simply because insights come too late or strategies are too complex to deploy. Keck solves this by marrying cutting-edge AI with decentralized finance, giving every trader an on-demand master mentor and execution engine in one seamless platform. At its core, Keck is a collective intelligence hub built on 4 foundational knowledge pillars: trading, cryptocurrency, technical analysis, and the Wyckoff methodology.
Okay. I'm gonna stop you here, right? You came to a live pitch. We invest in founders that know their businesses, that instill confidence in us. You come here and you're reading off of your phone. I mean, this is a joke. I'm out.
Okay. Apologies. I'm on an hour of sleep because we launched a project yesterday, and it's been really hectic.
Tell us in a nutshell what you do without looking at your phone.
So I'm the founder behind Keck. I've been in the space since 2012. I've been on the chart since 2016, and I've been building trading algorithms for the last 3 years. I built a decentralized wealth management company where it's completely non-custodial. So I've spent the last 2 years really building out a team that can marry all of this functionality that we've been building.
Thank you for talking to us.
That was way better.
Do you have a live product?
Yeah, so we launched yesterday.
Okay, so there's no history of success. So you have no
Tell us about the launch. What was the launch? Product launch, TGE, what is the launch?
We've had the terminal live now for the last 2 months that anybody could kind of go to. But we launched the token yesterday via Virtuals protocol.
And what happened with the token launch? What did you TGE? Give us the details, facts and figures.
So we launched a Solana agent on Virtuals. It got to 38 mil market cap. We used
A good starting point. You should have begun with, we launched yesterday. I'm a little tired. I'm here. We had a $38 million market cap yesterday. And here, let me help refine your pitch.
Thank you, Brock.
You would have had a very different receptive audience if you kicked it off that way.
You're right, yeah.
Presentation matters.
You're right. Yeah.
And you mind talking louder a bit on the mic?
No problem. Yeah, so within this terminal, we have a knowledge network where users can explore it. It's interactive, it's 3D. Users can upload new information to these reports.
So if I give you money, what do you do for me?
So we're actually not looking for...
If I use your terminal,
yeah,
you're offering me perpetuals. What are you? What?
So you can just connect your wallet through Phantom or MetaMask. You can trade.
So this is effectively a DeFi protocol for yield.
Yeah, not just for yield. For
trading operation, and you got
strategies.
AI tools to help me trade and make money.
Yep.
Algorithmically with AI.
Yeah.
Got it. You're a trading platform. You launched yesterday. So your token, what's it trading today?
Right now it's sitting at around 6 mil market cap.
Okay. You had a little bit of a dump.
Yeah. We haven't sold any tokens at all. We have 90% of the supply.
But what's your ask? You just said that you don't need money from us, so why are you here?
So we're here because we want to interface with other developers and builders that are in the AI and DeFi space.
So what's the ask and offer?
Collaboration.
All right. You're offering us
Offer?
tokens? You're looking for advisors?
Yeah, so we have both tokens. We also have equity in the DevCo, where that's the AI lab, which essentially owns the KEK token, and we're going to be taking that institutional. The whole purpose of this is to create that API or core intelligence that users would know. API.
Okay, but we're running out of time, but I'm going to give you, since there's no ask of money, since I'm going to choose to believe you,
So
and I'm
I'll
sorry
make-
that you
I'll
only
make
got
you an
1 hour of
offer.
sleep last night,
I'll make an offer.
but I'm interested in hearing what the offer is. What's the offer, Brooke?
I'll make an offer. I'll come in and I'll give you advice, but I want 10% of your company in tokens.
Can't do it.
5% is my final offer.
Can't do it.
Okay. All good.
I'm just going to have a discussion with you later and see what you can do and how much what your ask is, and then I'm going to dig in deeper and see what kind of tech you got. But for now, I can't do anything yet, but I'm down to hear you out.
Awesome. I'd love to hear that.
I just need to find out why you dumped, I think it was like 80% in a day, did you say?
So, because currently we're enabling token staking, and we're creating 2 other liquidity pools, a Solana KEK one, and then another Virtuals KEK one with a lower fee to drive more bot arbitrage volume. So right now, like, it does look pretty bundle sniped, but we don't mind a big drawdown because we know it's going to go
Sounds
back
like
up.
you need a little bit of marketing and PR.
Yeah.
Let's chat later.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Welcome to a little bit of what you see behind the scenes when projects, you entrepreneurs, you pioneers, bringing change to the world. This is what happens behind the scenes when you meet the astute people that are making projects happen. Thank you so much for your attention. It is an attention economy.
And ladies and
We
gentlemen,
have another one.
Gav is in the house. Welcome, Gav. He's also on the show. He's the guy who leads the boiler room.
You want to come up here and stand
grab
with
the mic,
us?
Gav, come on.
By the way, what happens is, normally when you're on set, there's a back room and it's kept hot. We bring you in through those doors and, you're seeing a snippet of what we do because we grill you. We're knights. Welcome to the arena.
CryptoKnights promo, season 2, project 4.
Action.
Amazing. So it seems like we have a contestant that's a runner-up. Next, I'm pleased to introduce Backstage. Backstage is unique in that it's allowing everyone in the entertainment industry to win together. So very, very interesting. Let me bring up Mauricio.
Disclosure before he begins, I'm going to have to abstain for the most part unless another knight comes in, I can back him up. I'm already a part of the project. I'm a believer.
Thank you, Brock. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello. The judges. My name is Mauricio. I'm the founder of Backstage. Small thing is where the real party always happens. But part of that. Everybody knows that artists don't have the revenue they used to have. Everybody who has a friend of as an artist or has been involved in events, they know that they are bleeding revenue. They're relying only on ticket sales. And it's a huge problem because they are part of our life. At the same time, everybody knows that they generate an enormous amount of economy. Now, everybody can go in Google it, find out Beyonce go to Stockholm and the GDP goes up 2% just because she was there for a week. How much did she capture out of that? Absolutely zero. But wait, how much of their fans benefit from that? Absolutely zero. So what problem do we solve? What is Backstage? We develop a platform for the artists finally bring their fans, okay, and book directly from her the entire trip and experience. And you might say, okay, well, you can do that already on the platform. Sure. Everybody here who came to this event has to go through at least 3 apps. Book your tickets, book your hotel, on and on and on. Now imagine that you can just do it on the same place and on the page of the artist on which she gets rewarded and you get rewarded. We believe that artists deserve better and fans deserve fairness. Now, what do? We develop a platform in blockchains and we don't talk about it. The user doesn't know it and the artist doesn't even know it. They don't care. They just know that it works. So we are launching a token. Why we are launching a token? People say, well, it's very simple. We believe that it's a new cookie. It's the true engagement and the reward system is actually a capital in form of engagement. Today you have your hotels.com, your bookings.com, you get all your rewards and then you redeem them. Now it's a token. And that is a true engagement trackable in the blockchain. Now the artists, they have a huge databases, millions on Facebook and in Instagram and in emails. But how much of that is really a community? I will say none, it's one-way street. With a token, it is a community. Now how do this token perform into the marketplace? Well, we came with a financial engineering, where we just put a 2% fee on the top of every single transaction. So it's backed by revenue. And these transactions, what they do is half goes lock, half goes burn. The one that goes lock goes back to the ecosystem. So we support artists, we give incentives, we generate more fast for them, merch, engagement, on and on and on and on. What are we doing right now? I mean, Backstage has been here for 4 years, and you say, why me? I mean, who are you? Well, I've been in this for 30 years. I've been in every event. I organize events for Jennifer Lopez, Shaggy, Eminem, and on and on. We are ready to launch. We worked for 4 years. I'm asking for $1 million investment for the simple reason, and it's equity and tokens, because the exchange fees are ridiculously high, and we need to make sure that we perform with this token at the same level that we are performing with the marketplace.
So I have a couple of questions. Everyone knows that the music industry is, having issues with Spotify, with Ticketmaster, these kind of things. It sounds like you're trying to disrupt, all of those things in one platform. I'm curious though, it's always that kind of 0 to 1 issue that a lot of founders face. And I'm curious of your traction so far, because this is a really hard thing to solve for.
Absolutely hard. It is only one thing, is access. How much access you have to the industry. So we've done events in test mode with Enrique Iglesias, Ricky Martin, David Guetta, Tiesto, name it. We already tested for 1.5 years, so to see what was the reaction from the fans, the users, and from our customers. So we've done 250,000 wallets created, about almost $1 million in revenue, and we raised 2.5 million. 80% of that comes from the industry, meaning club owners, artists, and some other, Brock is backing us. A lot of people is backing us on Backstage. It's ambitious, but it's doable.
What's the valuation?
We are at a valuation of 10 million. Really low valuation, so very attractive deal to come in now.
What's your treasury like? How much burn do you have left?
I have burn for another 2 years, actually, because we have very low burn rates in Backstage.
That does scare me a little bit. How low is your burn and why is it so low?
It's $40,000 because we are a committed partnership. But me and the founders, we are 3 founders, and we have the people who came in. Is a live mission to fix this issue. So we reduce our salaries to almost 0. We don't burn stupid money. We only use the money when it needs to be used. Instead of having 10 developers, we kept 1 good developer, and he's delivering everything that needs to. But I need to scale, of course.
Can you go exactly through what that 1 million in revenue is from, like the breakdown?
We done an event in Albania and in Samna, in Tulum. It was ticket sales and memberships and merch directly from the artists.
And then what was your margin?
We make between 5 and 15% for every transaction.
I've seen a lot of kind of platforms that are connecting fans to artists. I think that it's a really tough market for something like this unless you are, I would generate a little bit, try to generate more profit and try to get more users before I would get involved in something like this, but good luck with everything.
Thank you.
The 250,000 wallets, that was generated organically, or is there some sort of airdrop incentive?
Organically, full blown on concerts that we produce with the artists.
And those wallets are abstracted from the end user, or they know they have wallets?
They basically call it assets. It's a wallet automatically created when the user signs up. So
I just want to correct one thing because we're short on time. It's the parallel economy. They're not competing with Spotify.
Exactly.
They're enabling artists, and these are the real deal with all the connections to make it happen. You know, as you can hear, committed entrepreneurs, parallel economy. What they're doing is taking artists that struggle to make money because the streamers have crushed the economy of artists and allowing them to get revenue from every hotel, every restaurant, all bookings, and they're the booking engine for artists to get money out of everything the customers, the fans buy, and rewarded.
So as is a lightning round, like I am actually very interested in this. I think you're solving a very difficult problem. I think you have, something there. There's clearly, you have a strong network. You've got a lot of access. I definitely want to know more. I'd love to see you on the actual show. And we've had a number of successful investments in the media space. We've invested in LimeWire. We're an early investor in BeatDap as well. So in and around this space. So yeah, would love to chat more.
Same.
absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Again, we're
See
a
you
wrap. And
backstage.
again, the show, by the way, we're a pretty good show. I hope you've been, are you not entertained? But the main event, the moment that I know I've been waiting for before I even know I needed it, but a decade plus, which is we finally live in a country that cares about us, that honors the work that we do, and is inviting us. How many of you are from New York City or care about that city? We have the crypto mayor of the world, the crypto mayor of the United States of America, but most importantly, the crypto mayor of the financial capital of the world, New York City, Mayor Eric Adams. He's here to tell you about the great things we've all been waiting for, because guess what? You don't have to be afraid anymore. You don't have to run from New York City. You are welcome back, Mayor Adams.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Brock. Come on, give Brock some love. Give him a hand. When you think about, you guys can have a seat if you want, or when you think about it, you think about those of you who are in the room now and how many years you have been pursuing just building an industry, and as I stated earlier, never did I see such a coordinated effort to dismantle an industry like you have witnessed in the crypto space. The organized way, death by 1,000 cuts, different rules, the lawfare that you experience, watching your investments being tied up, watching banks close down your accounts, watching regulations put in place that were merely placed there to stop you from growth and stop you from moving forward this important industry. And when I ran for office, I talked about this industry, talked about how this industry should go, talked about how we can use this as an important way to take the proper evolution on dealing with paying for goods and services and investments. And when I became mayor, as you know, I took my first 3 paychecks in cryptocurrency and Bitcoins. I was clear. Because being mayor of the city of New York is not only symbolic, but it's also substantive. We have to do both. And doing that sent a clear message that New York was open for business. 10 years ago in New York City, in New York State, the governor put in place a rule that basically stated we were going to stop the industry from growing in New York State, the financial capital of the globe. It was the wrong thing to do then, and it's the wrong thing to do now. And we're moving in a totally different direction. And we are not leaving one stone unturned. There are things we can do directly as the mayor of the city of New York, such as allowing individuals to use Bitcoins to pay for their parking tickets. Make sure you don't get a parking ticket in the city. But also your utilities, and building out our educational infrastructure, because many of us know we have too many communities in our cities that are unbanked. And it's no different than New York, in Chicago, in Los Angeles. You go across the globe, the demographics remain the same. And so we are going to build out a complete infrastructure in the city where our largest school system in the country, the Department of Education, will start now and start early to educate our young people on what blockchain, what cryptocurrency, what Bitcoins, what it looks like and what it means. But we want to do something else. We do not have a platform for those who want to invest in bonds in our city using Bitcoins. We have the instruments for all others, but not when it comes down to Bitcoins. We have now started with my OMB director to look at the feasibility of doing just that. How do we allow you to have big bonds in the city of New York? Then we need each other. I think VP Vance said it clear. It's about going back to our communities and really energizing our local electeds. If you don't get into what local electeds are doing, they're going to get into what you are doing. And you're seeing it all over the entire country. We saw about 102 executive orders and bills passed in the first 100 days of this administration. That must be matched on each local state house and local city council and aldermen in our country. Everyone must be engaged. You are powerful when you're organized. If we're disorganized, we're going to be powerless, and we're going to go back into the dark days of not having this industry thrive and grow. You cannot run an industry of this magnitude if you're worried about if the bank is going to close you down for no reason, if you're worried about your inability to open up the ATM machines or participate in them. You can't be successful in business if you're worried about those who are overlooking you. This is a window of opportunities. And what it's going to take, those of you who are the victim of lawfare, trust me when I know what it is to be a victim of lawfare. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take those of us who were victims of lawfare to come together and make sure that it never happens to another industry and never happens to another individual. That is what this moment is about, and that's why I'm excited to be here. We held our summit at Gracie Mansion, and I was excited about the end of that summit coming here to Las Vegas to be around those who have the same admiration for this important step in evolution. If we did not evolve in how we pay for goods and services, we'd be still using seashells from many, many years ago. We went from seashells to coins to paper dollars, and now we're looking at all forms of how we pay for goods and services. Now, you're going to have some that say, well, you know, there are some illegal actions that are in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency space. Well, I don't know if any of you know there are illegal actions with credit cards. Trust me when I tell you. Well, you have the volatility of it going up and down. When have you not seen the stock market goes up and down? Let's be clear. Let's stop the bullshit and let's open the doors and allow cryptocurrency to move forward. That's what we must do. But we have allies out there. There are lawmakers throughout this country who want to be part of this team. Let's identify them and let's build the team together. This is a moment that we cannot allow to slip from us. All over the country, we need to recruit those who are on the same page on what we are attempting to accomplish. So I'm happy to be here. I had great conversations with many of you. We're going to put in place a Bitcoin committee, council, And we don't want to dictate to you. We want you to tell us what we need to do in our city to make New York City the crypto, Bitcoin, blockchain capital of the globe. Hearing directly from you, we can make it happen. And so again, to Brock and all the other pioneers that are here, you know who you are. You were here toiling in the fields for so long. I used the analogy early this morning when I spoke on the stage to talk about Bessie Ross. That flag that she created always touched me when I think about my 19-year-old uncle who died defending this country in the military. He stood for something. And because it was built from the ground up, it wasn't a great scholar, it wasn't a PhD, it wasn't no great intellectual, it was an everyday person that knitted a flag that still flies over this country. So although the rocket red glass or bomb burst in there gave proof through the night that our flag is still here, that is who you are. You are the Bessie Ross of today. And your commitment and dedication, standing side by side with the resiliency and the flag of America, is going to be the new form of paying for goods and services, and that is using Bitcoins and how we continue to hold on to our records using blockchain. We are now going to transform how things are done in this country. Thank you, and let's continue to be the leaders of tomorrow.
Wow. How long have you waited to hear something like that? This reminds me of March 7th at the White House Crypto Summit. Our great mayor in New York City did the same thing May 20th, and we are here rocking the world. I mean, how long have you been waiting to hear something like this? How good does it make you feel? Are you ready to support this mayor? Are we going to show the world what we got? So this morning, how many were you there that got to see J.D. Vance, the vice president of the he was standing, president of the United States of America, talk about promises made and promises completed? Talking about what was his last statement before Mayor Eric Adams took the stage? That we are not done yet. This is just the beginning. The power that you have in your wallet, with your voices, and in the ballot box. Please support this mayor for me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.